Anyway, what's up everybody? How you doing? It's your hot gay dad, and I'm here waiting for Oriental Pearl to get here. I'm at my favorite spot in all of Ueno. This isn't Chinatown, but Chinatown in Japan is actually really fucking lame. So this is very different. Actually, let me move this over here. Okay. Move the condiments to get orange, red shit on me. Okay. Anyway, hopefully this microphone works. The microphone and GoPro combo. But anyway, cheers, Dink. Can I do this the cool way? Okay. Yep. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? Did you enjoy the Friday video that I just put out? Today is the day that I'm putting that video out. But anyway, how you doing? I'm in one of my favorite places in Tokyo, which is this Ameyoko. And I don't know, I remember when I first came to Japan, there was a guy who I really looked up to named Tokyo Kuni. And whenever we hung out, he always wanted to be outside. Like, it had to be like a place with like a balcony or like a terrace or like some place where you can sit outside and get coffee or booze or whatever, right? Like, you had to be outside though. And after living in Tokyo for a long time, I get it. Especially after Corona, I get it. Where it's just like, I want to be around activity, and I already get like enough. Like no circulation of fresh air in my house, right? So when I go out, I really want to take it all in. But yeah. Anyway, I'm waiting for. I just got done doing some errands, and I'm waiting for Oriental Pearl, and one of her schools or whatever I think is around here. So she's gonna meet me after her class. We're gonna hang out, and I was like, okay, good. I can get a cigarette and a beer here, and shake my little mini Kaido, Haranai Kaido. These are the little hand warmers. I have the bigger ones, I just forgot to bring them today. Yeah, go to the discount pharmacy places and you can buy these in bulk. We've been lucky though, it hasn't been that cold this year in winter. I mean, knock on wood, right? It might be colder later. But Ned Stark already kept saying winter was coming for a while, and I think it's already here. But yeah, I never complain about the weather in Tokyo when it comes to winter. In summer I do, because it's hot and everyone's using their goddamn air conditioner. But for here, it's not that bad. Yeah, this is I know, I like to come here. They have a place like this that's similar in Shinjuku called Shinjuku Sanchome, but this is a market and like a food stall place, Shinjuku Sanchome is all for drinking, and so I like it. So it's like, this is kind of like an oasis in the middle of the market desert, or I don't know, maybe that's a bad metaphor, but I mean, the whole thing is just like, there's people here that are here not just for drinking or eating, right? And I like it, and you can come here, I'm more afraid of my shit getting stolen by foreigners, like tourists, than I am people who live here, but you gotta always be on guard. Especially when you're in busy places like this. I always think it's like, what is it? It's like, I saw this great meme from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they're like they're like making fun of like new rich, like, there's a bunch of new rich people thanks to Bitcoin or whatever, and they're people that didn't inherit their money. They're like the first one in their generation in their family to get like rich, right? And so they're like, there's also new poor this year too. So it's like, oh, those are people that have never been poor, and they're being poor for the first time. And it's like, those guys freak out, but we don't, That's the funny thing. It's just like, I grew up very poor, so like I made sure to not get in debt, and well, I mean, I was in debt and I paid it off, but it's like, to get out of debt. And I know in America it's good to have debt because you get your credit score up or whatever, but I don't know. It's just it's nice to save money and live below your means. Everyone thinks it's really hard to do, but it's not. You just figure out how much money you need to make, and then just make more, so you have play around money. Yeah, but I don't know. It's nice. It's nice to come out here, and it's the middle of January, right? Normally, like, you know, before, like 10 years plus ago, when I would go out and have to put a scarf on and have to put my hands, you know, put some mittens on my gloves, hands, you know what the fuck I meant. But, you know, it's probably global warming or something, but it's not as cold. And I can't complain, because even if it is cold, it's not as cold as the rest of Japan. The rest of Japan right now is full of snow and shit, so, excuse me. Why did you guys make me burp like that? Anyway, I don't know if this is going to be a rant, or if this is going to be just like a random ramble that I cut up for a Sunday video. I don't have my Sunday video ready, and it was supposed to be a tattoo, my tattoo video, and I need to subtitle that, and that's about 20 plus minutes of subtitles, and I don't know if you guys ever did subtitles, but they take a while. And so, yeah, I know that there's going to be some like new AI or something. Like, I know on Premiere they have automatic like a subtitler or caption creator in English, but I don't know if they have one in Japanese. But if they did, that would be great. I don't know, my voice isn't very clear when I speak Japanese, though. It's very clear when I speak English for the most part. And yeah, I know I'm smoking. I picked up this bad habit while I've been here. My rule is, though, I don't smoke unless I drink, and I don't drink that often. So the way I think of it is, you know, if you're going to have French fries, you might as well have ketchup. If you're going to have beer, you might as well have a smoke. I don't know. I don't understand those bars that are like, you have to go to a smoking room. Like, I stopped going to TGI Fridays, even though, well, I mean, I stopped going to TGI Fridays because they got rid of happy hour, at least in Ueno, but also when they made smoking not a thing. I don't know. It's like, I feel like if you're going to go out drinking, like, drinking and smoking is like, you know, fighting and bruises. It just goes together, you know. If you're not doing one, you're missing one, you know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of lame. But, yeah. Anyway, I like this area. I like it a lot. I like how people walk by. And in fact, I like the fact that a lot of the tourists are not from English-speaking countries. They're all from, like, Malaysia and, like, you know, like Southeast Asian countries for the most part. There's some Westerners, but it's not the whole thing. If you want Westerners, you go to, like, Shibuya. Oh, my God. The place is packed. That one street center guy where I used to go for the 50 yen gaming arcade, that place is all foreigners Friday and Saturday night now. Just, ugh. Yeah, so today I had to go run some errands, and I don't know, it's just, when I'm out with friends, I don't mind dressing all funky and shit, but when you're out and you have to take care of stuff, it's better to look like a regular, boring-ass, you know, citizen. And so, you know, when I go out, there's no, you know, like when I have to go do that shit, no bandana. You know, I still keep the sunglasses on, but no bandana, and then I'll go do my thing, take care of it. It's nice, though, because when you go out, you know, you're dealing with these people that probably, they get boring people all day, or they get people that look cool but they don't want to say hi or anything. And I like brightening up those dudes' days, because I've done remedial bullshit jobs like that before, and some of the best parts about that job is when you get to meet interesting people. And I'm not saying I'm interesting, but at least I'm nice, you know, at least I give them more of a conversation versus like, don't talk to me, where do I need to go? Bleh. This place is good. Normally when I come here, I get the lamb on a stick. The lamb's pretty good. I don't think you can get lamb in a lot of places. You can get chicken everywhere, but it's hard to get lamb. You can get chicken and pork, but not lamb. And and thanks to inflation, the portions are smaller, but it still tastes good. And I don't know, you haven't lived until you ate at some ghetto places like this, you know, where it's probably they haven't cleaned the kitchen in 50 years kind of thing. But it's nice. It gives it character. It gives that extra dirt taste to everything, you know. Like, more than likely, this is watered down beer and shit. But I like the fact I can smoke and blow smoke in the faces of all these people that don't like cigarette smoke. And I like the fact that it's just like no one bothers you. I mean, you know, you just get to watch the commerce go by and shit. It's fun. You know, like I don't live in this area anymore, but I love coming here because it's just like they have everything you need. They've got a book off, so if you want to buy some books, they got that. If you want to eat some super secret Chinese food, not just here, but I mean like hidden around this area, they got some really good places that only Chinese people go to that actually Oriental Pearl introduced me to. They got 100 yen shops. They've got a movie theater. They got izakayas, so even if you didn't want to go here, you can still go and eat on the street. They've got the underground market where you can still buy live animals. That's like the only place I know in Tokyo where you can buy live animals. I'm not gonna do it, but it's nice to know that it's like they still don't give a shit, you know. Like people who come to Asia and they're like, treat the animals good. I'm like, boy, did you pick the wrong fucking country to have that fight in? It's like all those gays from Palestine. I'm like, are you serious? Go there, protest there, see how that works out, you know. The fucking delusional dumbasses. Ugh. Well, there's nothing like a good cigarette and a fucking cold beer at the end of the day. Yeah, and I like these ones too. They're cool menthols. Or not cool, Camel menthols. They're level 1. And they're pretty good, you know. It's like they burn really slow and they're not too heavy. Like, you know, if you smoke heavy cigarettes, sometimes you get like that hangover from cigarettes. I don't like that, so these are nice. I love this place. It's just like, it's real. And I'm worried that places like this will go the way of the dodo. I mean, like, if this place wasn't around, or like if this was like 20 years ago or something, I'd probably go to one of those like food stalls that are on a cart, you know, that used to be outside like Ueno Station or Itabashi Station, you know, and the ramen's shitty. Like, you know, there's like, you know, it's overpriced stuff. It's mostly oden or something, but it's like the atmosphere, you know. People, they really forget about the atmosphere. That's why so many foreigners love going to Golden Guy, is because when you go to Golden Guy, you know, those are old ass buildings that have been here forever, that still have, you know, they still got that feel, that culture to it. It's funny because like I already mentioned like Oriental Pearl a couple times here, right? But like we're talking about, you know, looking for apartments and stuff and shit, like just in general, right? Like when you're moving, because being a foreigner is kind of hard, right? And she was saying how she doesn't like any kind of like new places, you know? And like my Japanese friends who are women, they say the same exact thing. They want like a place with new sinks. They want a place with, you know, like new amenities, new kitchen, everything. And, you know, for me, it's like I want a place with history, you know? I want to, like, because it's usually, one thing I've learned is that when you go to those places where everything's new, and they got like the auto locks and shit, and they got like, you know, they've got a lot of bells and whistles that don't add up to much. It's usually those neighbors that are like assholes that are entitled, that want to like be like, oh, you coughed or loud or something, and they complain to management, this person's being loud. And I don't know, I like the fact that when you mix like a busy city, like a busy metropolis, with like certain poor areas, people just kind of stick to themselves and they don't cause trouble like that. And when you're outside the city, even on the outskirts of the city here, I feel like that entitled behavior is like tenfold. And that's why you'll get like certain foreigners or something that'll be like, yeah, like my neighbor's an asshole, they're always yelling at me and shit. And I'm like, well, yeah, you live in the middle of nowhere. When people live in the middle of nowhere, they get stuck in their head too much, and then they get like entitled. It's all about them. They get the main character syndrome, you know. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just like, it's kind of like being at the guest house, right? It's like when you're with these kind of people, it's like real salt of the earth, you know? It's people that are just trying to survive, or people that are, you know, they're stuck, maybe not stuck, but they're comfortable in their routine of just like doing the same thing over and over again. But it's like, you know, these are the real dudes. These are the guys that are encountering the poor people, the, you know, the rich people, the tourists. Like, they're encountering everybody every day kind of thing. So it's like the most grounded, not mentally ill people that like have to deal with sometimes bullshit are these kind of people. And that's why I like going to places like this, you know. They don't give me shit about smoking. You know, the food is relatively cheap and tasty, and you can't get this food in many places. Like even the ramen here, like all this stuff, like you can't really get this at a Japanese restaurant. Like they don't sell this kind of this style flavor, this style food. You know, I like that. It's cool. It's like you have to come here. They're not gonna go to you. And it's not like mass-produced shit. You know. One thing I've prided myself on is that, like, sure, I'll have, I quit McDonald's, but, like, sure, I'll have, like, fast food on occasion, right? Like, I'll go to Shake Shack, or well, I'll go to Taco Bell, like, once a year, and then I realize it's a rip-off, and then not go, but, you know, I'll have, like, a burger or something every once in a while, as long as it's a high-quality one, Shake Shack or something, right? But, you know, one of the reasons probably why I allow myself to smoke is just because, like, even though I'm fat, I don't exercise that much, most of the food I eat is like relatively full of vegetables. Like even yesterday, I had, what did I eat? I had like eggs, what the fuck did I eat? Yeah, I had like, I had like yaki udon, which is just basically udon and a ton of vegetables and miso paste. And then I just had like 2 apples and stuff, you know? So it's like, yeah, udon is carbs and miso paste is probably like, you know, whatever, it's got preservatives in it, but like, you know, get good shits and your body's gonna take a lot of nutrients from that, versus like, I don't know, like I think an onigiri from a convenience store, like a rice ball from a convenience store would probably still be relatively healthy. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, you can still be fat, but eat more healthy than you did before kind of thing. I like that, it's cool. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know. What the hell was I talking about? How long have I been talking for? Waiting for fucking Pearl to get here. Shit, 5:30. I got 12 more minutes of talking and drinking and boozing it up. But yeah, I mean, like when you come to Tokyo, it's like I saw this thing on TV yesterday where they were showing these foreigners. And they were in like a very like isolated part of Hyogo Prefecture or something. It's like something where you'd have to take like a bus. They don't even have a train there. You have to take a bus to go there. And these guys, they were learning how to make like bamboo baskets and learning how to dye clothing in like indigo blue stuff. It's like very old traditional Japanese stuff. And the TV reporter was like, "Aren't you like, how do you feel about only foreigners?" Really, like they were like, "How many of your customers are foreign?" And they're like, "About 100%." And they're like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah, like only foreigners are the ones that care about this old traditional shit that we do in Japan." And they're like, "Isn't there a language barrier?" And they're like, "Yeah, but like, you know, that's kind of the fun." And I think that's one thing that like I really wish they would show on TV more. It's like, when you get a population like here, like in Japan, where everyone's kind of like, "Oh, that's fake and gay," or "That's old," or something, you know, and then you get foreigners who come in and they're like, "Dude, this is badass." And then the old lady who's like 80 years old has been doing this whole life, she's like, "Wow, somebody actually genuinely cares about this shit that I've been doing, that it's from my country, that everyone else should give a shit about, but no one cares." And it's like, it's a nice, I don't know, like it must feel good having people come and genuinely care about something that you've worked so hard for. Like whether it's like, you know, whether it's, well, I guess sword or knife making is probably more popular, but I mean like dyeing traditional clothing, making kimonos, making old school like ornaments and shit, and like, you know, it's, I don't know, it makes me happy to see that stuff, because it's like, if I know that at least somebody's interested in it, then that art won't die with that old lady, you know? Like I remember when Ghost of Tsushima got released and they had that white guy playing the wooden flute, And then all these stupid fucking Asian dumbasses on Twitter got offended that weren't even Japanese, and they're like, he's not an Asian guy, he shouldn't be playing. And I'm like, dude, this is like the most like highly highly honored flute player, like Japanese shakuhachi player in the world. He happens to be white, but like he's recognized among the whole community. It's not your fault, it's not Japan's fault that their fucking own people didn't give a shit enough to learn how to play that, and so it's like, yeah. Okay, we're back? We're back, yeah. So, it's like, when you see Japanese people, or people from that culture, defending people, like, liking that shit, and getting better at that shit, like, that's when you gotta shut the fuck up, Like, all those people complaining back home in America that I see on fucking online, and I'm hoping that this is just blown up bullshit, where people are just like, they're making a mountain out of an anthill, like they're propping up some crazy person just because they're crazy, not because everyone agrees with their opinion kind of thing, right? And so, but it's like, the point is like, if you see white people wearing kimonos, that's not racist. If you see fucking, non-Japanese people learning how to use like swords or like, Japanese archery or whatever, it's not racist, When you find something in a different culture that you can respect, that you are interested in, like, why would you be against that? Like, that's the definition of gatekeeping, And like, that's one thing that like I heard Japanese like immigration, or at least the Homokyoku, the nationalization agency or whatever, like when you're applying to be a Japanese citizen, like I heard that one of the things they look for is that if you're not married to a Japanese person, they're like, okay, what ties do you have to Japan? And that's when it's like, it would be good to have a hobby in Japanese, whether it's judo or calligraphy or whatever, right? Like, just showing that like you're not just here to get laid or make some money and get drunk and then go home, Like, people want to know you're in it for the long run. And like, that's the thing, like, as the time handle keeps spinning and spinning, you're gonna see more of these people that are just like, they're here for the long run. Like, they don't want to leave. They don't want to go back home and like make, like have a career and still have to have a roommate kind of thing just to live somewhere, And that's why I wish a lot more countries would just copy Japan, Copy the good shit here. I know you might not be able to copy the mentality or the workforce style, but there's a lot of things that Japan does right that a lot of other countries don't, And like, Japan has its flaws. There's some things that are not that best about this country, but I mean, that's every country, right? Like, if we scaled it compared to the US or something, it's like, sure, the salary is lower here for everybody, but so is the cost of living. Rent is affordable. You could be making $2,000 a month and you could still afford an apartment in the center of the city. It might not be the best apartment, might not be the biggest apartment, but you can live there, Yeah, I mean, like I just got a message from my friend today on Messenger, and he was like, where he lives, it got flooded, and he had a big video game collection, like almost every Super Nintendo game. I don't know if every single one, but almost every one. And but all his games were in the fucking basement, idiot, and it got flooded. And I don't know. I mean, like, if it's clear water, I think that's one thing. But if it's dirty fucking flood water, then yeah, like, you're fucked. I mean, like, I collect VHS, I collect books, but like, Japan's always a possibility of having an earthquake or gas leak or something, And so like, you gotta always I don't think collecting materialistic things that could easily be blown away in a fucking natural disaster or something, it's not really a good thing. Or, I mean, I wouldn't invest my shit in there, but so it's like, if you're not collecting things, and this city is so interesting that you're gonna go out and experience the culture, the language, the people, and you're not, I mean, I get it, like, if you're used to a big place, moving to a smaller place would be hard, but you gotta remember, like, poor people live like this all the time, like when Japanese people are like, aren't you, like, don't you not like living in a small place? And I'm like, what? No, it's fine, You know, it's like have toothbrush will travel kind of thing. As long as it's not that, as long as you got a kitchen, a bed, decent internet, you know, bathroom that works, you know, then I don't care. It's fine. But you know, some people, they need more. Those are like the same idiots who like buy clothing to impress people, you know? I mean, like all this stuff right here was cheap. It probably looks cheap. But, oh yeah, and I cut my finger today. Isn't it weird, like, you guys ever have that where you just cut yourself and you didn't even notice? Like, fuck. Like, I saw this on my shirt and I'm like, is that blood? Where did that come from? And I looked at my hand and I was like bleeding. I was like, I don't remember hitting this against anything. But yeah, you know. I don't know. I mean, the whole point is, it's like, you know, if, like, at the end of the day, people are going to judge you by your character and how you interact with them more than your clothing. And, you know, I think, I don't know. It's just funny. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. It should be about that time for Pearl to be getting here, so I think I'm going to sign off. But yeah, I don't know if this will be the Sunday video or if this will be a rant, but yeah, I don't know. If you guys like this style video, do you want to see more? I plan on making more me going out and doing adventure style vlogs, but seeing as I'll probably get home late and I got work all tomorrow, I might just have to release this on Sunday instead. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this, and definitely come here again. Come here and check out this place, because it's badass. What is this place called? Heisei Fukujun. Hungry Panda. Hungry Panda Asia. Oh, that's Asian delivery. Anyway, just find this place. It's by the, I don't know. Just look at the scenery over here. This is where I am. Look for the place with the ducks. There you go. Anyway, take it easy, guys. Yeah, buddy.
No, we all can be super fly. GQP, HD, FBI. You can pretend and you can try. Move ahead, lay down dead or slip on by. When the truth seems so far away, Buddha loves you and Jesus saves. You need answers for your dismay. Ask yourself, ask your mom, ask the NA. What's up, sweet cake, sweet cake? Who's hip anyway? Girls are easy, What you gonna do, little buckaroo? Hey, you better ask her nice. All you gotta do, happy fool, is ask your mom. Yeah, is ask your mom. Do. Ask your mom. Do. Yeah, ask your mom. Do, yeah.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy. But you can't care about it if you're always holding yourself back in case it doesn't work out.